It's like when you type in Google, how to say Qigong Master, an energy healing practitioner. Blanch is also an acupressure therapist and Tai Chi teacher with over 25 years of experience in Chinese medicine and energy healing. She helps people restore balance, mobility, and vitality through gentle, time-honored practices. As we will talk, Blanche explores the benefits of Qigong, Tai Chi, and Chinese medicine for those navigating chronic conditions, aging gracefully, or simply seeking mindful movement that strengthens both body and spirit. Her approach gives practical tools for lifelong wellness.
Well, I think you've introduced me already, but yeah, I've been into. First of all, I started out as a martial artist, much like Ryan, and from there I discovered serendipitously Qigong. I didn't know what that was at the time. I just heard the words and my whole body lit up. I knew that was something I had to explore. That was in the 1990s, and there wasn't I didn't just go on my computer, I don't even think I had one at that time, to ask what Qigong was. So I had to do a little research and eventually found a Qigong Master, actually Grandmaster, who lived not too far from me. So I started studying with him and just went down the rabbit hole. Just absolutely loved it. Yeah. And from there, I got into other aspects of Chinese medicine as well. So the acupressure therapy, eventually I became a Tai Chi player and then a teacher as well. What is Qigong?
What is it? What is it?
As I just admitted, I didn't have a clue what it was either when I first heard about it. But most people know what Tai Chi is, and both of them are very gentle movement arts that are based on the principles of Chinese medicine. So they're very, very good for you. And just moving your body in a certain way activates what's called the qi flow in your body. That helps with your overall health. And not just your physical health, but also your mental, emotional, and your spiritual health as well. Tai Chi, because I teach both, there's lots of differences, but I think for me, what I find for my students is Tai Chi is so much harder to learn and so much harder to remember than Qigong is. Tai Chi is more about movement, and you're moving the Qi in your body when you do it, and that's what a Tai Chi form is, moving from one movement to another. So you have to remember all of those different movements. There can be anywhere from 8 to 108 movements in a form, right? So that can be difficult for people to remember all of them. Whereas Qigong, often you stand in one posture and you'll do a movement from there. So you might, your feet might not move, but you're just moving your hands or your arms, or you might put yourself into a different kind of posture and do something else. So it's way easier to learn. But also one of the benefits of Qigong is that you can really target aspects of your body. So if you've got a heart issue or a liver or kidney issue, you can target those organs and do things to improve their health. You can do that for your bones or for your circulatory system, your lymphatic system. So there's a lot of benefits to learning Qigong as opposed to Tai Chi. I love Tai Chi, but there's, I think, a lot more benefits to doing Qigong. And in terms of yoga, I see that on there as well. I'm going to say I actually get students who were formerly doing yoga. For a couple reasons. One, a lot of them don't want to be on the floor anymore, and yoga is primarily on the floor. Qigong is primarily standing. Now that doesn't mean that there's yoga stuff where you don't stand, and it certainly doesn't mean that there's Qigong stuff where you don't get on the floor, or sometimes we do a seated posture as well. So some of my students, as I mentioned, my target audience is a little older, people over 50. Qigong is a little bit easier on the body. Yeah, and I always tell my students, do 70 to 80% of what you're capable of. That 70 to 80% becomes 80 to 90%, becomes 90 to 100% over time, right? But there's very little chance of injury when you do things that way.
But you mentioned about the injuries. that you were kind of referring to, like the help with Qigong, how it can help.
Mhm.
Can you explain a little, like maybe, because I know clients usually have a shoulder, like frozen shoulder issue, or a low back, or a tight hip, perhaps.
Yeah.
If you can go a little deeper into how it can help, or for how people listening can kind of look into, or what area to focus on if they have
Sure.
the injury.
Sure. It's funny. I was just I did a webinar yesterday, and one of the ladies that was on, she's one of my students. She's 88, and she talked at the end of it about having, when she first started, an injury in her shoulder. She couldn't lift her arm, and after 3 months, her arm was lifting. She couldn't get over that because she was told, "I'm sorry, that's an injury for life," right? So Qigong, so maybe I'll just explain what the words mean. Gong means to work with, so kind of develop as a skill. So they've mastered those skills. And Qi is the life force energy that runs through us. It's kind of that animating thing. And you need the Qi to be flowing through your body in a kind of a balanced and harmonious way. If you've got pain, that means that the Qi is not flowing in that part of the body. So in doing the movements, or in doing something like acupuncture or acupressure, which is also what I do, you're getting that Qi moving through the body. The Qi brings the blood, and that brings the repair and all of that aspect. So, I work with people who are injured, but honestly, I like people that come in and they're doing this stuff as prevention. And in fact, in Asian countries, most people start either Tai Chi or Qigong when they turn age 50, because they know that that is going to help with their health and their longevity moving forward. So I really like these arts as prevention and as staying healthy, rather than coming into them because you're injured. Start ahead of time. They're so easy to do, and they're so easy to incorporate into your life.
And so how did you touch base with how you got into this field, or discovered? You did a little bit, yeah?
Roughly. I was, a friend invited me to do a Reiki workshop with her. So it was a weekend workshop, and we were working on this young woman. I think she was 23. She was paralyzed from the waist down. And as we were working on her, she just kind of started to go under, and she said the words, "I do my Qigong every day." Honestly, my whole body just, I don't know if it's lit up or started vibrating or something, but I knew in that moment that I absolutely had to do this thing called Qigong. I had no idea what it was. And then, as I said, I just went down the rabbit hole. Well, again, that's one of the wonderful things about Qigong is you can do it like right here. You don't have to have a big space. You don't have to go to the gym. You don't have to have any equipment. You can do things on the spot. Some of my students are still working, so I just get them, stand by your desk for 5 minutes and do a couple little things. It's so easy to incorporate into your day. And even if you only know a couple of movements, you can do them in different ways. You can set your intention to have a movement energize you, if you want to do that in the morning or mid-afternoon or something. But you can also do that same movement in the evening by slowing down your breath, slowing down your intent, or getting your intention to slow things down so that you can be calmer and more relaxed before going into bed. Kim, I think, was talking about breath work. Some of it's as simple as changing up the way you breathe. And then you can add the movement with that as well. But just the breath, I always start my classes with a couple minutes of breath work, because it's so important. How we don't breathe, most of us, the way that we should breathe in our lives now to get the optimal amount of oxygen and Qi into the body.
Yeah, no, it is, it's the breathing aspect for sure. Like definitely having the to reset, to recenter, to either to power down, like you're saying, to have that intention. Okay, well, I'm too excited. I gotta calm down. I gotta relax. Or I also did youth work. I was with they say at risk in First Nations youth, but it's just more in the sense of anger management, or how to deal with stress, or how to cope with with feelings that are overwhelming, and just like how how the speakers of today were talking, Kim, talking about breath work, talking about intention, talking about where are you feeling the pain or the stress or the physiological aspects of what everyone's been talking about today, and how to deal with that. And all of these little, and we say simple tips and tricks that we can do, but we don't really do them. And it's like if we just actually listen, and if I listen and just like do the work, and it's so simple, just do it. And you do have time for this, and you can make time right now. So beyond the physical benefits, and also the mental and spiritual aspects of it, right? So what are some mental or emotional benefits of regular practice with Qigong or Tai Chi?
Yeah, well, in Chinese medicine, the body, the mind, and the spirit are all related. And when you work as a martial artist, for example, we work on a part of our body called the lower dantian, sort of the lower belly area. And when you build up qi in that part of the body, you become much physically stronger, and your immunity gets much stronger as well. We also have an area kind of in the heart where we can reservoir qi there. When we build that up, then we become a little more emotionally grounded. But those little things don't bother us anymore. And then we also have a spiritual center as well. And when we have a good amount of good quality qi in there, we tend to be a little bit more spiritually orientated. Our intuition might be better and whatnot. But the thing is, all three of them are connected. So when you build up your body through either martial arts maybe, or through Qigong practices, martial Qigong, you're also working on that mental, emotional, and the spiritual bodies as well. They just get better, they get stronger. And I tell this to my students, you can do this physical stuff, it will affect you mentally and emotionally and spiritually. And so what happens is, when the qi is moving kind of harmoniously through the body, there's no blockages or anything like that, your mind becomes calmer and you're better able to make decisions. So it's not just you're healthier physically, but you're healthier mentally as well, and emotionally. But so it affects your mind and your spiritual aspect as well. And the same thing, if you work on that emotional stuff, you're gonna end up being healthier physically as well. And for business people, especially people like us who have our own businesses, we need to be healthy. If we're not healthy, guess what suffers first? Our business. Right? So these practices are so important, I think, on a lot of different levels.
100% for sure, especially with, just tying into the earlier coaches that I was listening to this morning, and have the spiritual side, the mind, body, and soul connecting. And you can, once that aligns and you have your qi and you have everything in line, you can be in a state of being in the zone. Or being in that Zen, or being in the zone where everything just flows.
Yeah, well, basically by doing a few minutes of practice each day would be a wonderful way to get started. It doesn't take much, 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes. Some of my older students, that's kind of what I try to get them to do, 5 to 10 minutes a day, maybe 20 would be really ideal. But that's better than an hour once a week. So you're working, you're keeping things flowing and moving the whole time. So that's what I suggest, a few minutes a day.
Yeah, it's having those small little wins. You're telling your student to have, if you're standing, just do your daily exercise for 5 minutes throughout the day. But it's having these daily wins and having these healthy habits of where and when can I start. Well, Blanche just said we can do it anywhere. You can do it standing. You can have a shoulder injury and work on it, and work to become more mobile, and to have, as we age gracefully into our 40s, 50s, 60s, and if there's younger kids on here, 20s or in their teens, like Marielle's youth podcast. So it is having that balance to make sure that we are more than capable of handling our stress, but also being that leader for others. And what you guys are sharing with everyone today, I want to be that. Your tips and tricks of becoming better, and to make sure that that I be a role model for my family or my inner circle. Then let's make that happen, right? So we have all of these tips and tools and tricks that everyone shared today, to make sure that we are one step ahead. and aging gracefully. Let's double check here.
I've got
So,
a PDF and video that people, if they're interested in trying, it's 3 Qigong movements, and it's video and a PDF that goes with it, if they're interested in that. If any of your people would like to try a complimentary, I should say, Qigong class, I'll give you a link just to sign up for that.